When we had last left the Nameless One, well, their journeys in the lower ward continued, but not before they traveled back to not the lower ward and to the Hive, where they finished up some unfinished business. But while here, did they investigate all manner of folks, like, for instance, Grosuk, a Abishai who was who was in deep trouble and got killed. And also they had a wild memory time where they were remembering a whole bunch of freaky shit about the area and learning more than perhaps connecting the dots about the way in which the lower ward came to be and the way in which they kind of came to be. In some ways, they were all intrinsically tied. Also, there was a coffin maker who never stopped talking. This is Planescape Torment. Welcome back. Let's unpause that and quick save just for good measure. And I guess we'll talk to Xanthia first. I don't know. I'm guessing it's fine for me to just look around. Right? We're not on a timer for Morte, because I feel like
a chimney.
I feel like if we were, oh gosh, I just got something in my eye. I just got like dust in my left eye. Oh my gosh. All right. This is the downside of having being on cam, right? Is now you're going to see me like fiddle with my eye a little bit as I try and get some dust out of it. Normally I would just silently do this and just endure the pain. I would just take the pain. I'd just be like, oh yeah, it's like this. I'd just be like playing with one eye and all that. now it's this whole horrible thing. It's this whole horrible situation. It's a planescape of torment, unending torment. Nonetheless, nobody has written in saying that like I need to be careful about Morte maybe being on a timer, so I guess I'm fine, right? I guess I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? Since I don't remember where the fuck I've been told I ought to go, I'm just gonna talk to everybody. We're just gonna systematically go through this, right? That way we hopefully don't miss anyone. All right, Xanthia. You see a pretty young woman in fine clothes. Her skin lacks the usual yellow tint of the inhabitants of this ward. She appears to be watching 3 nearby creatures with interest. Oh, you're tied to them. Greetings. She turns to face you, and an annoyed look crosses her face. Yes, what do you want? I have some questions. Fine. She looks irritated. Who are you? What are you doing here? What can you tell me about this ward? I must be going now. Farewell. Who are you? My name is Xanthia. She looks you up and down, then frowns. Is there something else you want? I do have some other questions. Okay, what are you doing here? There's going to be a fight, and I want to see it. She smiles wickedly. It should be interesting. A fight? Yes, see those 3 thokola over there? She points to 3 hulking creatures with rippling muscles. They're going to try to kill an Abishai. She snorts. The stupid oafs. I've heard something called an Abishai. What exactly is it? The thokola look like they can take care of themselves. What exactly is an Abishai? I've maybe killed one myself. It's a lower plains creature. Batitsu, I think. She frowns in thought. In any case, Abishai have nasty dispositions, sharp claws, and can cast spells. Very formidable. The thokola look like they can take care of themselves. Normally, I would say yes. Thokola are very powerful warriors. She smiles slyly and leans in to whisper to you. However, I know something they don't. What might that be? Abishai can only be hurt by magic. She snickers. The thokola will be slaughtered. I have no doubt of it. She straightens up and watches the thokola eagerly. How do you know they can only be hurt by magic? She gives you an annoyed look. My husband is very high up in the Harmonium. The Harmonium guards are trained to deal with creatures, such as Abishai. She looks away. That's how I know. My husband told me. Why don't you warn the thokola? Why should I do that? She smiles evilly. I'm the one who suggested the fight. Why? My husband tries to better his social standing with his underlings by drinking with them in the local taverns. Last evening he forced me to just such an occasion. Those three oafs were there, boasting of their prowess as warriors. It was obvious they were in a drunken stupor when they decided to leave. One of them tripped and fell into the table I was sitting at. She pauses. Go on. She frowns angrily. Most of the drinks at the table spilled into my lap and ruined a very expensive evening gown. So, while the cretin was trying to apologize, I whispered to him that I only accepted the apology of a warrior of stature. If he were truly such a warrior, he'd be able to defeat an Abishai in hand-to-hand combat. You're going to get them killed because they ruined a dress?
Updated my journal.
You obviously do not understand the intricacies behind this situation. She looks at you like you are an idiot child. I was embarrassed and humiliated in front of my husband and his underlings. She looks angry. I see. I have some questions. What can you tell me about this ward? Nothing. She looks about with distaste. But not for the fight. I wouldn't be caught dead here. Fight? Is it? Okay, we're looping around. Okay, they look like they can take care of themselves. All right, I must be going.
I'm
going to interject. Zerb, Gort, Thorpe. Zerb. This huge creature stands over 9 feet tall. Rippling muscles support its massive frame. It seems to be engaged in conversation with two similar creatures next to it. Greetings? He turns at your greetings and begins to look about. After a moment, he looks down and notices you. A look of confusion crosses his features. What you want of Zerb? I have some questions. He gives you an apologetic look and shakes his head. Zerb not speak language well. Sorry, you talk Thorpe. He gestures to one of the creatures next to him. All right, thank you. So let's not talk to Thorpe yet. Let's talk to Gort. Okay, maybe this will be the exact same stuff. Oh, okay. He turns at your greetings and looks down at you. A look of confusion crosses his features. Gort greet small one. I have some questions. He gives you an apologetic look and shakes his head. Gort not speaking well your talk. Sorry, you asked Thorpe. He gestures to one of the creatures next to him. All right, thank you. Okay, Thorpe. This creature is huge, standing over 9 feet tall. Rippling muscles support its massive frame. As you approach, he leers at you and laughs. You're leering and laughing. Greetings. He looks down at you and gives you a friendly smile. What you want, Smalley? I have some questions. You got question? Maybe Thorpe got answer. He smiles at you. Who are you? What are you doing here? What can you tell me about this ward? I've talked to Xanthia. She says you're going to fight an Abishai? I must be going now. Farewell. Who are you? He smacks himself in the chest with a thunderous blow. Thorpe! He raises his arms above his head and shakes his fists at the sky. Mighty warrior is Thorpe. All thokola are mighty warriors. He places his fists on his hips and glares at you. Who you? Lie. I'm a Don. I don't remember my name. I don't remember my name. He nods at you as he examines your scars. You got mighty scars. You must be great warrior, like Thorpe. He frowns and nods wisely. You got hit on head too many time. Not remember name? Someday, it come back. You think it will? I have some questions. You got question? Maybe Thorpe got answer. What are you doing? He barks out a laugh and smiles at you. Thorpe here with friends. He gestures at the nearby thokola. We gonna barsh a flying lizard. He lets out a roar and begins to pound his chest with fists the size of hams. A flying lizard? He nods his head, then begins to make crawling motions. Lizard, you know, but it fly. He begins to flap his arms like a huge misshapen bird. Eventually, he settles down and looks at you expectantly. You mean a dragon? He snorts and raises to his full height.
Thorpe good, but he not that good. Someday Thorpe want a barsh dragon.
He stares off into the distance with a longing expression, then sighs.
But it's not that day.
Well, if it's not a dragon you're talking about, then what is it?
Thorpe not remember what Xanthia call it.
He pauses to think.
It lizard, tall as Thorpe, walk on back legs, got wings, got claws, red in color. Think she say they called Abishai?
He pauses, then shrugs. I've heard of something called an Abishai. Is that what you mean?
Updated my journal.
His eyes light up, and he gives you a joyful smile as he nods his head. Well, the wildest thing is I don't actually know how to properly pronounce the name Abishai. I'm assuming I'm doing it, but I don't know.
Yes, Abishai, flying lizard. Thorpe and friends barsh real good. Thorpe be warrior of stature then. Xanthia, accept apology.
What's this about Xanthia and an apology?
Thorpe take friends to tavern last night. Thorpe gets stinking drunk. Fall on Xanthia's table. Spilled drinks all over her. He looks embarrassed. Xanthia say she not accept apology unless Thorpe be warrior of stature.
So killing an Abishai is supposed to give you stature.
Updated my journal.
He shrugs.
Xanthia say so. Thorpe not know.
I see. I have some more questions. Okay. You said you're going to fight an Abishai? He smiles and nods at you enthusiastically.
That right. Thorpe and friends barsh.
Warn Thorpe. I've learned that Abishai can only be hurt by magic weapons. Don't warn Thorpe. I'll enjoy yourself. I'm sure you'll be victorious. Farewell. No, we should warn this guy. We should warn the three of them. I've learned that Abishai can only be hurt by magic
Updated
weapons.
my journal.
He gives you a worried look.
Need magic? How you know?
I've asked around, Thorpe. It's what people tell me. I've talked to Xanthia. She told me. I've asked around, Thorpe. It's what people tell me. Do I want to narc on Xanthia? Nah, I don't think so. I'll just get her pissed off at me. Right, we'll try and diffuse the whole situation or, like, direct it onto myself. It's what people tell me.
Thorpe not have magic. Friends not have magic. We die if we barsh Abishai.
He sighs.
Thorpe not be warrior of stature. Xanthia not accept apology.
You were willing to risk your life for the honor of a lady, Thorpe. Only a warrior of stature would do that. He stares at you blankly for a moment, and then a huge smile appears on his face.
Really? Thorpe and friends now have stature?
Yes. Consider Xanthia's honor to be satisfied, and the apology accepted.
Thorpe, thank you. You saved life. You saved life of friends.
He turns to the other thokola and speaks to them hurriedly. After a moment, all three bow to you, and each hands you a pouch of coins. Oh, thank you. 600, so 200 each? He smiles.
You good friend. You deserve.
Oh, well, I must be going. Farewell. My gosh. What do you think of that, Xanthia? You see Xanthia. She gives you a look filled with hatred. You warned the brute, didn't you? Yes, I did what I felt was right. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. I have to lie to her here. Right, this is a fun lie. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. She smiles at you. Very well. Play your games of deceit. Know you this, Burke. I do not forget an insult. Good day to you. She turns and leaves. Uh-oh.
Done.
If this were a Telltale game, we would get our little alert in the top corner. Okay. What's up with you, Byron Pickett? You're out here looking like some sort of future pimp. You see a well-dressed, middle-aged man He seems to be scanning the crowd with a practiced eye. He notices you approach and gives you a quick once-over. Greetings. He smiles at you and gives a barely perceptible nod. I am Byron Pickett, a moneylender. How may I help you? Moneylender? He nods again. Yes, I cater to the needs of merchants. Want to start a business? Keep one afloat that's down on its luck? Or perhaps expand a business? In either case, you come to me for the funds. He looks you up and down. I doubt that you are a merchant, sir, so what can I do for you? I'm a merchant. I have some questions. Nothing farewell. I'm like a traveling merchant. I'm a merchant. He smiles and looks away for a moment. A merchant of death, maybe, but not the kind I do business with. He frowns. If you insist on monopolizing my time, please come to the point of this visit. Can you tell me about your business? He frowns and shakes his head. No, I see no reason to. He looks you up and down. You are obviously not someone I conduct business with. I think you should leave. He looks away. I have some questions. He sighs. Very well. Make it quick. What is this place? If you mean the ward in general, it is called the Lower Ward. If you mean this particular locale, it's the open air market. Tell me about the Lower Ward. He looks bored. It is the home of the common people. He gestures around him. Look about you, and you will see all that there is to see. Nothing of any interest. Then why are you here? Because he's preying on people. Tell me about the open air market. Why are you here then? He smiles. The one thing these mindless sods are good for is spending their money. It gives them the feeling that they are actually accomplishing something with their otherwise meaningless lives. He pauses and looks about with disdain. Go on. He shrugs. When there is money, where there is money, you will also find merchants and thieves. I help provide the merchants needed to relieve them. He gestures about. Of their hard-earned coin. He smiles at you. You mentioned thieves. Who helps provide them? Okay. Not I. He gives you a calculating look and smiles. Why do you ask? Call it curiosity.
Updated my journal.
200 XP or 2,000. He laughs. Such curiosity can be dangerous, even fatal if one isn't careful. He pauses to consider his next words as he examines you closely. You might want to talk to Lenny. He can usually be found south and east of the market. He pauses a moment. Tell him I sent you. Okay, well, tell me about the open-air market. He gestures at the building behind him. An excellent market that caters to just about every need. He pauses to think for a moment before continuing. Nothing exotic is available. These sods cannot afford such items, but a good market nonetheless. All right, I had some questions. I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of Bones. Oh, right, Lothar, the Master of Bones. He gives you a quizzical look. Really? Why in the name of the 9 hells would you want to find him? I have my reasons. He stole a skull of mine. Never mind, farewell. He stole a skull of mine. So, what do you think you're going to do? Just march in and demand it back? He looks you up and down. I admit that you appear more than capable of handling yourself in a fight, but against Lothar, he snorts, your skull will decorate his walls. I still need to find him. Just how tough can one man be? Just how tough can one man be? He laughs uproariously and gives you an incredulous look. Lothar is above the law, Burke. He is that powerful, that tough. I still need to find him. He pauses for a moment. I have reasons, quite good ones, I can assure you, not to point anyone toward Lothar. Now, pike it, sod. He turns away. Leave.
Done.
Can I talk to a harmonium officer, generic one? You see a harmonium guard. He is watching his surroundings carefully as he walks his patrol area. He seems uninterested in talking to you. Leave him be. Had no other recourse. Guilt spur. 100 coins. I will pretend I didn't hear that. Who are you? You see a florid, boisterous man. He's shouting and carrying on like there's a war that's about to come through. Like he's got something lodged in his intestines. Like he's too excited about something to talk in a normal tone of voice. His rapid-fire delivery makes it difficult to understand him. You, sir, you there, you look like you could use something. I'm not sure what it is yet, but give me time, and I'll have it figured out on the spot. You need rooms? I've got rooms. You need supplies? I've got supplies. What are you selling? I had some questions for you first. I'd like to sell something to you. Thank you for your time, but farewell. What are you selling? Oh, okay. He really is selling stuff. I thought, okay, fair enough. Cheese. How long until we have a need for cheese, I wonder? Hammer of quality. Oh, I can sleep too. Okay. I'll sell these. Stiletto and silver bracelet. Bronze ring. Okay. I guess that'll do it. Once again, you come to me once again. There must be something I can do for you, my brother, that my brother Darren cannot, eh? I'd like to buy something. I had some questions for you. Anything you want, friend. Time and words are money, so keep it snappy. Tell me about this Master of Bones. I guess we'll start from the top. Yeah. Master of Bones? The Master of Bones. The Lord of the Bones of the Night. Librarian of the most grisly library this side of Set's home. Skulls sit upon his shelves, whispering their secrets into Lothar's hardened heart, and all who have the temerity to face them. There is much that can be learned there, if the place doesn't drive you mad first. Can you get to the point? And where is this place? What does he want with these skulls? Can you get to the point? He clears his throat. My apologies, just trying to make this a little more interesting to you. Just trying to add a little spice. It's to the spireward of Sigil. There might be a burnt shell of a building. It's possible that you find a ladder strung of human sinew, or perhaps just wood, that leads down by the river into the heart of Sigil. And when you set foot on the ground again, you could come face to face with Lothar himself. What does he do with the skulls? They say dead men tell no tales, but in Lothar's salon, the dead spill their secrets to the willing ear. The more dead, the more tales, the more chant. And the more chant, why, the more one's eyes are open to the very heart of the multiverse. He wags his eyebrows for emphasis. Thanks, I had a few more questions. Anything you want, friend. Time and words are money, so keep it snappy. Who are you and what do you want? Or what do you do? I am Guildspur, the auctioneer at your service. I buy, I sell, I provide services and employment. Okay, how about some questions? What is this place? What can you tell me of this area? This is the Lower Ward, home to the Godsmen, the Great Foundry, and a host of services. What you need is what we have. What can you tell me of the Godsmen? A group of people close to my heart. They say we are all our own gods, that we have potential for godliness within our spirits, from the lowest beggar to the highest king. We all nurse gods in our breasts. Who could think of something finer?
Okay. Am I asking for, like, specifics, or am I genuinely asking or answering who could think of something finer? Huh. Because I don't remember exactly what the sensates are even about. Or am I getting more information on all of these? Fuck it, let's say the anarchists. Hi! Good one! A fine answer, he chuckles. Okay. I had a few more questions. Let's see. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what all of their deals are, and I can't check mid-dialogue. I can't, like, bring up my journal to get a refresher on them all. Okay. Do you know of any jobs that need doing? I certainly do, friend. I have a little errand for you to run, if you'll take it. It'll net you 50 coins. All you need to do is run this handbill down to the print shop and ask Scofflaw Pen to print up 100 copies for me. Here, take it. He shoves a crumpled piece of paper into your hands. All right, I had a few more questions.
My journal.
I'd like to sell something to you.
Then you've chosen the right man to talk to. I buy, I sell, I lease rooms. I can get you nearly anything. What do you have?
Let's barter. It's the usual, yeah, okay. Stinger Earring, what does this do? Plus 2 AC versus piercing. I guess I ought to buy that. Seems pretty decent. Okay. I've done it. Yeah, we've already got one. Oh shit, but she's already got both earrings equipped. Oh fuck, what a fool I am. Alright, I'll save it in case we get someone else. Surely we'll get another companion with ears for earrings. Okay, how about Lower Ward townsperson? What all do you have to say? You see a young man with a bored expression on his face. He doesn't notice your approach. Greetings? He jumps at your greeting and turns to face you. What do you want? I had some questions. Questions? Oh no, I'm busy. It will take just a moment of your time. I don't care. He turns away from you. Leave. Okay, let's go in here. Oh. Shoppers.
I'm gone.
Someone named Drixel. Looks like they're in Harmonium. You see a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach. Good day, citizen. Greetings. How may I help you, citizen? He gives you a friendly look. I have some questions. He smiles. Certainly, citizen. Who are you? I'm looking for someone named Lothar, or the Master of Bones. I need to buy some weapons. I need to buy some magic items. Thank you, farewell. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. I am Harmonium God Drixel, citizen. I keep the peace here at the market. Tell me about the Harmonium. He snaps to attention. Our belief is simple. We are the light. We are the way. We are order. We are truth. He steals his expression. There wasn't even a question of me joining them. You see, some Burks talk about doing battle with chaos to restore order and harmony, but they haven't got the stones to do anything about it. The Harmonium, we take action. We keep order on Sigel's streets and on the plains. He nods at you matter-of-factly. Go on. He looks even bolder as he speaks. And we don't keep order with words. We fight. and fight hard to maintain and enforce order. Cross-traders, Knights of the Post, Indepts, Anarchists, Geocytics, Tanari Fiends, all had best beware the Harmonium shadow. Chaos can only exist in an air of tolerance. What can you tell me of the other factions? He looks rather bored, then shrugs his shoulders. Nothing. They are not a part of the truth that is Harmonium. I have not studied them. Okay. I have other questions. I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of Bones. He gives you a dumbfounded look and starts to say something. Stops and then starts again. Well, no one knows for certain where Lothar is, citizen. He hasn't broken any laws that we know of, so we at the Harmonium leave him be. I'd suggest you do the same. Oh, they're corrupt, huh? They're like on the take? They're dirty? Is that what's going on? Okay, why? I still need to find him. Why? He gives you an annoyed look. Because, Burke, you don't mess with someone as powerful as Lothar without an extremely good reason. And lots of friends backing you up. That's why. I still need to find him. He stares at you for some time before answering. Very well. You can find the entrance to his kip in a wrecked building here in the ward. He begins to look through you rather than at you. Thank you. I had some other questions. I need to buy some weapons. He gestures at the market. Plenty of merchants here, citizen. You can find what you need with them. Other questions? Magic items. Okay, same. Thank you, farewell. Let's talk to these people shopping, at least one of them. You see an unremarkable man. He appears to be nothing more than another customer at the market. He wanders about the other shoppers with a bored expression. Greetings. He turns at your greeting and his look of boredom increases. Yes, I have some questions. He gives you a mildly irritated look. All right. I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of Bones. Never heard of him. I'd remember that Master of the Bones title. You can't miss something like that. He continues to look irritated. Some more questions? Where can I buy some weapons? He gives you a bored look, then glances about the market. Right here, Cutter. He gestures vaguely. Just take the time to ask the merchants. I'm sure you'll find what you need. More questions? What can you tell me about this ward? Where can I buy magic? Okay, same. What can you tell me about the ward? He sighs. It's not much, but it's the only home I will ever know. I guess I should learn to love it, because I'm not leaving. Okay. Let's see. How about you, Alec? I'll have to go back here to talk to you. You see an older man with long white hair and weathered yellow skin. He stands tall, despite his obvious age. He smiles and gives you a slight bow. Greetings. And to you as well, Cutter. How may I serve you? He raises his eyebrows as he awaits your answer. I have some questions. I'm interested in some spells. I'm interested in what you have for sale. Never mind, farewell. I have some questions. He frowns. Forgive me, Cutter, but I sell items of a magical nature, not information. If it is information you need, then you must acquire it elsewhere. I'm interested in some spells, then. He nods and glances about the market. Forgive me, Cutter. I only sell magical items. You should talk to Cinder. His stall is over by the furnace, toward the exit. Show me what you have for sale, then. Oh, these kinds of magical items. Charms. Oh, a mage's shield and a mage's guard. Whoa. There's a bunch of stuff. What does a thrice blessed charm do? Invokes blindness. 3 cranium rat tails have been woven into a small charm. Despite the separation from their owners, however, they still twitch occasionally, as if irritated. To use this charm, the caster must select a target within his line of sight. Then, while remaining focused on the target, untie the charm. The target's vision will turn black for several minutes, rendering them helpless and reducing their combat ability drastically. Mage's shield?
For armor class usable only by mages. This bracelet is a variation of the Mage's Guard, essentially using the same spells and glyphs as its predecessor. The Mage's Shield is better able to focus the energy of the enchantments placed upon it. And Mage's Guard, armor class of 6. Considered standard equipment for any adventuring mage. Bracelets such as these can be found across the plains. Judging by the markings on this particular bracelet, it appears to have been made in a style quite common to Sigil. Various glyphs of warding are meticulously carved along the surface, producing an almost hypnotic effect when looked at. When worn, this bracelet protects the wearer from normal attacks as if they were wearing scale armor. A spider bracelet. Plus 25% resist to all normal attacks, 10 to base HP, but you lose 1 int and 1 whiz. Usable only by thieves. In actuality, this is a living spider, not jewelry. When attached to one's wrists, a spider will sink its fangs into the user's flesh and feed from the host, providing both beneficial and detrimental effects. Serpent ring? Also usable only by thieves. Immune to poison, 33 resist to magic, +2 save versus spells. Wow. This appears to be a baby serpent of some sort that has been frozen into the shape of a ring. Its eyes glitter and swirl like jewels and even appear to move occasionally. Another ring of the Traveler. Displacer ring. +2 to armor class. So, double the efficacy of the ring of the Traveler. A sadistic frame. Displacer ring. Created from the blood of a displacer beast, this ring is able to partially redirect the force of any ordinary weapon. This results in making the user harder to hit, and when hit, takes less damage than normal. I don't think that last part is true. Sadistic frame? Invokes pain mirror. When used, this item causes an attacker to feel the same pain and hurt that he has inflicted upon the user. Okay. Well, we should probably get these mage and thief items, right?
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Okay. Sure. Move these around. Okay. Yeah, I should probably buy these. I have room for a wrist item as well. Can we equip 2 rings of the Traveler on one person? Is that possible? It is. Huh. Okay. Good to know. Huh. Okay, well. Let's see. Alec says, you see Alec, the merchant of magic. Good day, Cutter. It is nice to see you again. How may I serve you? Let me see your wares again. And the only issue is I don't know what slot this goes into, huh? I'm going to definitely buy the spider bracelet. Seems like a must-have. There you go. Pop that right onto your wrist, because I don't mind if your int and wisdom is low. Okay. I'm going to quick save here. Let me see your wares again. And... oh, this is a bracelet. Okay. So I'll get the Magus shield. And that'll almost completely clear me out of moolah. Wow. Okay. Now AC is down to -4 for Dakin. Okay. Meanwhile, mine is actually still kind of high. Unfortunately. Okay. Moving around the rings again a bit.
All right.
Let's do a quick save and check over here now. Let's see. Can I talk to a market worker? Hello? You see a middle-aged man busily working on crates of stock. He nods at your approach. Greetings. He smiles and wipes his brow. How do, Cutter? I have some questions. He nods. Very well. I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of the Bones. He shakes his head. Never heard of him. I'd ask around. Maybe someone else has. More questions? Very well. Where can I buy some weapons? He concentrates for a moment as if he is trying to understand what you just asked him. Well, weapons? I don't know. I suppose one of the merchants here would sell them. It's not the kind of thing an average citizen would need, though. Without a weapon, how do you defend yourself? He looks at you with disbelief. The Harmonium. It's their place to protect us citizens. They uphold the law, punish the guilty, that sort of thing. A citizen shouldn't have to worry about protecting himself. He looks at you blankly. Then I had some questions. He nods. Very well. Where can I buy some magic? Magic? He twists his face into a confused mask. I don't know. Well, one of the merchants here, maybe, but magic isn't all that prevalent, is it? He awaits her answer. You just don't have a clue, do you? He gives you a shocked look. Well, no, I mean, yes. Well, maybe not. He shrugs. I've been called naive, but I don't think that's the case. I'm just not as worldly as some, that's all. What colors... Why are we being so needlessly mean to this guy? What color is the sky in your universe? He looks outside and points. It's yellow. It's because of all the smoke and such from the factories. Alright, thank you, farewell. Why are we being so fucking mean to that guy? You be looking like you could use a better weapon, Cutter. You see an older, stern-looking man. His face is a mixture of wrinkles and frown lines. Greetings. He gives a quick, stiff bow. Aye, greeting to you as well. And Jay is me name. What you be needing? I have some questions. He gives you a toothless grin. I reckon I got the time to give you the chant. What you be needing to know? I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of the Bones. Can't say I've ever heard of Lothar. He squints his eyes as he thinks. But this Bones fella, yeah, I heard of him. Chant is, you don't mess with him. Powerful cutter, consorts with the dead and such. Where can I find him? He shrugs. I don't know. Cutter like that can set his kip where he pleases. No Burke's gonna deny him, that's for certain. What can you tell me about him? He barks out a short laugh. You heard it all, Cutter. I don't know anything else about him. Okay, other questions. He gives you a toothless grin. I reckon I got the time to give you the chant. What you be needing to know? Okay, what's that furnace used for? He glances at the furnace, then lowers his voice. The furnace does nothing other than teach me lazy boy responsibility. That boy is always yapping and talking and such. Reckons himself a scholar and don't know the value of real work. If you have serious questions, well, he may be better to ask than me. Some other questions? I need to buy some weapons. Okay, he starts selling them. Standard sledgehammer. Okay. High quality. Magic punch daggers. Notched. Oh, glove of piercing. Damage 1 to 6 crushing and 1 to 6 piercing, I guess. 2 different damage types in one. Enchanted +1. Thaco +3. Wow. Not usable by mages. It's a club. This heavy iron club that is covered... This is a heavy iron club that is covered with sharp spikes. Enchantments have been placed on this club so that it can be wielded with greater accuracy. How about the Siphon Knuckles? 1 to 2 piercing. Enchanted +2. Whoa! Transfers HP from target to wielder. Thako +2. These knuckles have had large metal spikes added to it, so as to pierce armor as well as flesh. Used by the less savory inhabitants of Sigil, these knuckles have the ability to drain the life force of an opponent and at the same time is able to rejuvenate the wielder. Yeah, we should get that for, what's-her-butt eventually. Are the magic punch daggers actually that wild? +2 piercing. +2 Thako. Enchanted to +1 only. This weapon is a pair of jagged dagger blades mounted on iron knuckles. The blades have jagged edges to allow them to dish out additional piercing damage when the wearer strikes an opponent. In addition, the blades have been magically enhanced to increase the damage incurred. Okay.
Done.
Very well. Oh, there's someone... Oh, there's 2 named people right here. Laszlo and Karina. You see a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently, he is tending a furnace. Greetings. He turns and gives a half smile as he sets down his work. Hail! Do you need some help? Yes, I have some questions. Aye, I'd be pleased to help you if I could. The boy looks grateful not to be toiling over the furnace. What is it I can answer for you? What is this place? You know what? Maybe I'm just gonna start from the top. What is this place? This place? He glances around. It's the open-air market. A lot of buyers and sellers come here to set up their kip for the day. I've been here for a good time. I've been working here for a while under the eye of me da. He looks a little distant. One day I could be running his stall, I could. What is it that you do here? He points proudly at the furnace. The furnace. It's used to... He shrugs his shoulders. I don't know what it's used for, but my dad says it's important to keep it stoked and burning right. He wipes sweat from his brow and glances about. Is your father one of the merchants here? He nods. Andrzej is his name. That's my dad's stall over there. He gestures to his stall to the right of the furnace. If he don't have what you need, he may be able to point you to it. What kind of goods are available? He thinks for a bit. There's many things to be had. Food, drink, magic, weapons. Are you looking to buy some supplies, maybe? Where can I buy some magic items? Aye, magic can be had. He looks around the area, then points toward the far counter. That's Alec's stall over there, and he might have some things. Where can I buy some weapons? My dad can help you. That's his stall over there. He points to a stall just to the right of the furnace. His name's Andrzej. Okay, I had some other questions for you. What can you tell me about this ward? He nods. Oh, aye, this here's Lower Ward. Common folk live here, like me and my da. Like me and me da. His eyes widen a bit, and he looks excited. Do you know why it's called the Lower Ward? No, why is it called the Lower Ward? Tell me. Well, as it's reckoned, the ward's got a mess of portals to the lower planes, all riddled through it like cheese. So it does. So, I suppose that's why the name stuck. He smiles proudly. Why are there so many lower plane portals here? Do any creatures come out of these portals? Why are there so many lower plane portals here? He shrugs. It's a mystery to me as it is to you, Cutter. Not sure if there is a reason for the portals as much as just circumstances. Could be the lady's will, could just be chance, suppose. He shrugs again. Do any creatures ever come out of these portals? His eyes grow a little wider. Aye, they do. Most of them just stopping through. He swallows nervously and looks worried. You look nervous. You've seen this yourself? Aye, I've seen it. He pauses and swallows again. 'Twas just last week or so. I saw a couple Abishai come through a portal. They talked a good bit, and then one of them went back through. The one that stayed is still there. He frowns. What were they talking about? I don't know for sure. To me, it was just hissing and such. But I think they was talking about the tower. He shrugs. The tower?
Updated my journal.
Aye. That's one of the strangest sights to be in the ward. No one really knows how long that scarred old tower had been around. You can't get into it, you know? Bolted up tighter than a chastity belt. But I'd be curious to know what's in there. He thinks for a moment. The Abishai was gesturing at the tower and the portal. They was looking for the key, I bet. What key? The key to the portal that leads to the tower. Every portal has a key that opens it to somewhere. The key can be a gesture, an item, or even a thought. Many have tried hard to get into the tower. No matter how hard you try, you fail. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in.
Updated my journal.
He shrugs. I don't know, Cutter. Maybe. Tell me where this portal is
Updated my
located.
journal.
He stops to think for a moment. There's a drawbridge-like contraption back of the tower, east of the market. That's where it is. He gets a faraway look. I had some questions. Okay. What can you tell me about the city of Sigil? The center of the plains, the city where almost everything intersects. Never boring, really. The Lady of Pain is the law, and the rest of us mostly try and bang out a living under her shadow. He barks a laugh, then coughs. What can you tell me about the Lady of Pain? Don't know much about her. She keeps the powers out of Sigil, keeps the fiends out, and talks and deals with nobody, except maybe the Davis. She'll pen you in the dead book damn quick if you worship her or try and hurt Sigil. Her face and the blades surrounding it will be the last you'd see. Interesting. 500 XP. At the mention of a face surrounded by blades, a memory forces itself into your consciousness. For a moment, you are standing in a darkened alley, breathing heavily. Approaching you in the darkness is an uncannily beautiful woman, her face shrouded in blades, with cold eyes. Suddenly the memory fades, and you're talking to the lad once more. I had some other questions. Okay, why does everyone seem to have yellow skin around here? Come on, Nameless One, how racist. It's a sickness, it is, caused by the bad air. What with the smoke and all the factory smogs, it can get pretty hard to breathe easily around here. He shrugs. Some days it's not good to be out when the smogs linger too long. They can scald your eyes right out of the skull, so it said. Can't something be done about it? I don't know. At times, winds come from the spire and blow the city clear of smog. That's not as often as would be liked. I bet there's more about that wind blowing. You know, I bet there's something to do with that, coming from the spire. He blinks, glances around, then shrugs. Ladies will, I guess. Don't make much sense, but then little does if you look at it long enough. I have some other questions. Is there anything worth seeing around here? Not much to see. The Great Foundry's impressive, though. You might check that out. Home of the believers, you know. He stops to think. Most of the more amazing sights are in some of the upper wards. Might be better to look around there. I hear there's a brothel there, a fest hall, and some other places that are more interesting. I don't know for sure. I've been here all my life. Tell me about the foundry. Center of the ward, pretty much. An impressive structure, to be sure. You can't miss it. Just head north. You'll know it by the big gates. He marks it on your map. Tell me about the believers. They've got a bunch of names. Believers, Godsmen, Believers of the Source. They mostly just call them Godsmen. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they seem to get by pretty well. A pleasant bunch. They believe that everybody can be great as the powers even. if you just strive to reach it. It might mean you have to start life over a bunch of times, but you'll eventually get there after a time.
Tell me about the Foundry. So, there's another faction here. What faction are... So, they're another faction here. What faction are you? What faction are you? He smiles.
Oh, me and me da are Indepts. We're a faction that's not really a faction. We're a faction that believes that people are free to do as they will. We're a pretty loose bunch, and we don't take too kindly to making or obeying other factions.
What is the purpose of all these factions? He glances at you.
The factions are them that govern most of Sigil and the day-to-day business. There's a bunch. There's the dead, the dustmen, that take care of all the dead bodies on the streets, and then there's the governors that make the laws and the sensates. There's a number of factions here in the...
And the sensates? Yeah, what do the sensates do? Okay.
There's a number of factions. In the lower ward, we mostly deal with the believers, the Goldsmen. He nods in the distance. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they're a pleasant enough bunch.
What can you tell me about these other factions?
He shrugs. Nothing really. I never cared, being an Indept and all. The faction houses have plenty of people who'll give you the chat. Go ask them. Go ask them.
What can you tell me about this Foundry? Okay. Let's see. Other questions? What can you tell me about Sigil? Tell me more about the Lady of Pain. Okay, interesting. Yeah, my memory again. Other questions? Anything we're seeing around here? Okay, tell me about the Believers. Have I asked this yet? Okay, yeah. I have other questions. I'm missing a skull. Know anyone who'd want something like that? He becomes rather excited.
Missing a skull, are you? I'll bet I know what happened to it. In the ward is a fella, a mage or a priest to hear tell, who collects heads and puts them on his shelves like books. They're dead, but his magics are such he can make 'em answer questions for him, even though they're in the dead book.
Where can I find this person? He frowns.
Not sure, really. I'd tell he's got his kip in one of the ruined buildings around here, but I've never been there.
He snaps his fingers.
Others might know, though. Might ask Sebastian about it.
Where can I find Sebastian? We know Sebastian. He points vaguely toward the west.
Go back to the square and head a little north and west. Sebastian sets his kip up at a drawbridge-like contraption.
Okay, other questions? I lied, that's it. Okay, what about you, Karina? You see a pretty young woman wearing simple clothes. She wanders about the market and examines everything, but does not make any purchases. You notice that people seem to be avoiding her, but they try not to make it obvious. She flashes you a warm smile as you approach. Greetings. Her smile broadens.
Hello, I'm Karina. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cutter.
She continues to smile and waits for your response. I have some questions. She nods her head.
All right, what do you want to know?
I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of the Bones. She frowns.
Lothar? I don't know anyone named Lothar. I can't recall ever hearing the name either.
She gives you a concerned look.
Did you say Master of the Bones? That sounds ominous, doesn't it? Why would anyone want to be known by that name?
Well, it sounds rather impressive. Well, to frighten people, I guess. Probably to frighten people. She looks lost in thought as she taps her chin with a finger. She finally nods her head.
Yes, I think you're right. It gives me the chills just thinking about it. Master of the Bones is a rather scary title. I don't think I'd mess with anyone who had a title like that.
She thinks some more. I had some questions. She nods her head. All right, what do you want to know? Where can I buy some weapons? She smiles and points to one of the counters.
Hanjay over there sells weapons. All kinds of weapons. Are you a warrior? How silly of me, of course you are. I mean, How could you not be with all those scars? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't mention those. You're not sensitive about them, are you?
No, I've gotten used to them. Yes, so don't bring them up again. No, I've gotten used to them. She looks relieved.
Oh, good. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings or anything, or anyone else's for that matter. You just have to be careful what you say to someone, you know? I mean, people are different, and you never know. What may offend one person may not offend another. So, anyway.
She pauses for a breath and smiles at you. I have some questions. Where can I buy some magic? She smiles and points at one of the counters.
Eilic over there sells magic things. You a mage? You don't look like one, but I guess looks can be rather deceiving. I don't know what a mage really looks like now that I think about it. Do you?
Yes, they wear robes with funny symbols and a pointy hat. No, not really. Pointy hat, funny symbol, robe.
Really? That's good to know. I mean, mages scare me, so I want to know what they look like. I guess it's all that power they have, and they can do really incredible things and all, but you don't know what they look like. Warriors and priests and you know, other powerful people just look powerful with all that stuff they carry around that says they are powerful people, but not mages.
She pauses. I have some other questions. You really like to talk, don't you? Not as much as the coffin guy, right? I feel like we can't introduce another character who's like supposedly likes to run their mouth when we had the coffin dude from before who was like, you know, no, this pales compared to the coffin maker. Okay, you really like to talk, don't you?
She shuffles her feet and looks embarrassed. Well, I've been told that I probably talk a bit too much, and, well, people tend to avoid me, and I don't really have any friends or male friends courting me. Sometimes I get lonely.
Her voice gets lower and lower until she is finally silent and stares at the ground at her feet. Oh my god. Well, I can understand why. I don't think you're a bad person, Karina. I happen to like you. Yeah, I like you, Karina. You're fine.
Updated my journal.
2000 XP. She gives you a hopeful look.
Really? Thank you so much. I don't know your name.
Lie. Adon. I'm Adon. I don't remember my name. Farewell, Karina. I don't remember my name. She frowns, starts to say something, and then thinks better of it. She shrugs her shoulders.
What's in a name? It's just nice to know I have a friend.
She smiles. Farewell, Karina.
Learn some new tricks.
Oh.
Hi.
Kinda leveled up. Let's level up a bit. +1 fist. Okay. Save throws, fighting skills, all improve. 5 HP, 2 from con. I have no points. Okay. Fair enough. Because we're level 5, right? Only the even ones get you points, I think. If I remember. Alright, Cinder. What's your deal? Hello? You see a large, blustery merchant. He looks to be totally hairless, and his pale yellow skin is scarred as if from burns. He looks at you intently as you approach. Greetings? He smiles at you.
Greetings, I'm Cinder. I heard about you. You be the scarred, clueless fella that be going around the wards, asking questions. What can I be helping you with?
I have some questions. You look like you have a few scars yourself. He frowns and begins to laugh.
Hi, that I do. Few years back I had me kip set up in the hive. Some balmy mage decided to burn the ward right out of Sigil. Almost took me with it. Sick for a month I was.
Oh. Probably Ignis. A month? That's not all that long. He nods and gets a faraway look for a moment.
Ah, it could have been worse. Local mage healed me, fixed the scars and all. Could have grown my hair back. I can't like the look.
Do you think this mage could help me with my scars? He looks over, then shrugs. I mean, we did get that help, didn't we? It was Sebastian. Oh yeah, look, Sebastian. He looks you over and then shrugs. I don't see why not. Your scores don't look that bad. He looks at you closely. Aye, now who's to say? You could talk to him yourself. Name's Sebastian, and he sets his kip up over by the foundry. I may do that. I have some questions for you. I'd be pleased to answer your questions. He narrows his eyes and gives you a sly smile. About the shop and the wares you see here, that is. I'm not no tout, I'm not. I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of the Bones. He frowns in thought. Lothar, Master of the... nay, can't say it rings a bell. Some other questions? Okay, I need to buy some weapons. He gestures across the market. You be wanting Anjay then. His kip's over by the furnace. Other questions? About magic items? He gestures across the market. You be wanting Alec then. He sets his kip up on the far end, over by the furnace. Some other questions? I'm interested in spells. He smiles. I think I can help you. Let me show you my ways. All right. Chromatic orb, armor, magic missiles, blindness, ice knife, strength, knock. With knock, all locked doors, chests, boxes, or shackles shall be unlocked. But it doesn't affect barred gates and the like. What? It doesn't affect barred gates? Why? In addition, it can only affect up to 2 impediments per spell. What? Scroll of Blur. That'd probably be a really good one for our friend here, Dakin. The blurring of form and spirit causes one to be hard to see or touch, granting a great advantage in battle. Blur causes the wizard's form to shift and blur, making it much more difficult to attack the caster. It causes all incoming attacks to be made at a -3 penalty, and grants the wizard +1 on all save throws. Ball of Lightning, Cloak of Warding. This spell summons a magical cloak of force around your body that absorbs damage. The spell creates a shield effect similar to the shield spell that absorbs 3 to 12 points of damage, +1 point per level of the caster. Once it has absorbed this amount of damage, it shatters, or powers down. The spell will also expire after 5 seconds per level of the caster. Tasha's Unbearable Derisive Laughter, Vampiric Touch, Confusion, Force Missiles. Missiles of force accurately strike down and blast its intended victims. Like the magic missile, this spell creates a mystical globe of magical energy, which will successfully hit its target for 2 to 8 points of damage, regardless of save throw. It then explodes with a concussive blast that does 1 point of damage per level of the caster within a 3-foot radius. If a save throw is made, then this concussive damage is negated. The wizard creates 1 missile at 7th, plus an additional every 2nd level after 7th, for a max of 7 missiles. Can we get that high of a level in this game? For 7 extra missiles on that from level 7? Good lord. Okay. Shroud of Shadows, Remove Curse, Improve Strength. I feel like these are self-explanatory for the most part. Anything else I can sell here? No, don't think so. I could sell the Chromatic Orb scroll. I'll keep it. Does Dakin know Chromatic Orb? Yeah, he does. Shit, maybe I should sell it then. Okay. There you go. Did we ask you everything? Now, what is this place? He proudly gestures around him. It's the open air market. One of the best shops that be in Sigil. Fortune smiles on you to have entered it, Cutter. We have an empty stall. He points to the stall next to his. If ye be a merchant yourself, ye can just set up your kip and barter with the rest of us, as long as ye isn't too loud or too much of a bother. Why is that stall empty? He glances at the empty stall. Merchant by the name of Zach.
Had his kip there. Got himself a page in the dead book recently.
He frowns.
Strange story, that.
Strange in what way? The dead book? Strange in what way? He thinks for a moment.
Well, I don't know the dark of it all, but Zach had a bit of business trouble and needed some coin. He got himself a loan from Byron Pickett, the moneylender, and after that Pickett started trying to take the business from him, but Zach refused.
He pauses. Go on. He sighs and shakes his head.
Not long after that, Zach was a debtor. Pickett took his widow, Trist, to court to get the jink Zach owed. She claimed the debt was paid and said she had the papers to prove it, but they turned up missing.
So what happened? He shrugs.
With no proof of the debt being paid, the business was sold and the widow Trist held responsible for the remaining debt. She couldn't pay it, so it's the block for her.
The block? Like execution?
Aye, the auction block.
Oh, slavery.
If you can't pay your debts, you get sold into service for a few years as punishment.
He shakes his head sadly. Where can I find the block?
Head north of the market. You can't miss it because of the crowd.
You said something about missing
Updated
papers?
my journal.
Aye, Trish me saying that her husband Zach paid the loan in full, and that she had the papers to prove it. When she went to get 'em, they was gone.
He snorts and looks angry.
I'd be laying jink down that Pickett was behind it.
Where can I find this Pickett? Is anyone looking into this matter? Is anyone looking into this?
Aye, the harmonium.
He pauses for a moment, then sighs.
No evidence of wrongdoing could be found, of course. Corvus, one of the harmonium guards here at the market, is real interested in finding what happened to Zach. If anything to be found, he'd be the one to take it to.
Where can I find Corvus?
You can usually find him over there, by the west exit.
He sighs.
Would be anything else you need to know?
Where can I find Byron Pickett? I already know, but we'll ask him.
Sets his kip up right outside the market cutter. You can't miss him.
All right. Other questions? No, that's it. Okay, farewell.
I'm gone.
And there's Corvus. Okay. What say you, Corvus? You see a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach, but then his eyes wander about the market.
Good day, citizen. I'm guard Corvus.
Greetings.
How may I help you, citizen?
He gives you a friendly look, but glances over your shoulder. I have some questions. He nods to you.
I'll help you if I can, citizen.
He looks at the market expectantly. Who are you? Yeah, I'll just start from the top. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow.
I'm Harmonium Guard Corvus, citizen. I help keep the peace here at the market.
He glances about for a moment, then looks at you. Tell me about the harmonium.
Our belief is simple. We are the light. We are the way. We are the order. We are truth. We maintain and enforce order here in Sigil. We police the city.
He looks about again. What can you tell me of the other factions?
I know little about them, citizen. I'm sorry, but you will have to take your questions to a representative of their order for answers.
He smiles and looks about. I have other questions? I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of the Bones. He turns his gaze on you and frowns.
I would counsel you against disturbing Lothar, citizen. I doubt you really want to find him.
Why?
Updated my journal.
He frowns as he looks off into the distance.
I'm a realist, citizen, as well as a harmonium officer. As a realist, I know that there are those who are above the law. It is a fact of life.
He pauses. Go on.
Some people don't fear the law because of their connections in the city. Others do to the sheer power and fear they instill in people. Lothar is a power to be reckoned with, citizen. He is untouchable, if you understand my meaning.
Well, I still need to find him.
My journal.
He sighs as he looks about the market.
Very well, citizen. His kip is somewhere south of here in a wrecked house. Good luck to you.
Other questions? Do you know someone named Lenny? He frowns in thought.
Lenny. Yes, I know a thief who goes by that name. He can usually be found over by the siege tower.
What can you tell me about him? He gives you a stern look.
Anything I know about that individual is harmonium business, citizen. I cannot discuss such matters with strangers. Perhaps after I get to know you better.
Okay, well, I have some questions. What do you know about Byron Pickett? He frowns and nods his head.
Yes, I am familiar with Byron.
What can you tell me about him? He gives you a stern look.
Anything I know about that individual...
Okay. Harmonium business. Other questions? I need to buy some weapons?
You need to talk to Anjay, citizen. He can help you. He's over by the furnace.
Other questions? Magic items.
You need to talk to Alec, citizen.
Okay, other questions? Try to see what he is looking at. Okay, yeah, what's he looking at? The empty stall, I guess? You glance over your shoulder and see Karina wandering nearby. Corvus seems to have his eyes locked on her as she wanders about. Her name is Karina. Ignore the situation. Her name is Karina. He snaps his attention back to you.
I beg your pardon. You know her, citizen.
He looks at Karina again.
Voice of an angel and such a pretty young thing.
Yes, and she's also lonely. I'm certain she would welcome the company of a gentleman. Certainly, I'm sure that all her suitors say the same thing about her. I have some more questions for you. Yeah, you should introduce yourself. She's looking for love in all the wrong places.
Updated my journal.
Oh, 2000 XP. He glances at you, then back to Karina.
Excuse me a moment, citizen.
He steps around you and heads toward Karina, all right? Corvus returns to you and is smiling brightly.
Thank you, friend. A wonderful young lady.
He looks a little glassy-eyed. My pleasure. I have some questions. Okay. I wanted to talk to you about the merchant Zach.
Updated my journal.
Anything I know about that is harmonium business, citizen. I cannot discuss such matters.
He pauses.
All I can say is that Zach was murdered, and an investigation is being conducted. If you discover anything that will further the investigation, please bring it to my attention.
More questions? So now that we're kind of friends, can you tell me about Lenny? He frowns.
Lenny, yes, I know a thief.
Okay, what can you tell me about him?
Officially, nothing.
He pauses for a moment before answering.
Unofficially, he is a thief, and a good one. A master, I would say. Although he is a thief, he seems to have some ethics. He's never been suspected of assault or murder. He has managed to avoid the law on numerous occasions.
He pauses. Anything else?
Updated my journal.
Yes, I would not be afraid to turn my back to Lenny. There are few people I can say that about, but Lenny is one of them.
He shrugs.
That is all, friend.
All right. Other questions? Byron Pickett? He nods. He frowns and nods his head. He's familiar.
Updated my journal.
What do you have to say about him? Officially, nothing.
Unofficially, he is suspected of being behind most of the criminal activity here at the market. We believe him to be responsible for the murder of a merchant named Zach. His list of suspected crimes is quite long.
He pauses. Anything else?
Updated my journal.
Yes. I would not turn my back to him, and I would think twice about being anywhere alone with him.
He shrugs.
That is all, friend.
Some other questions? I don't think I have any others. Yeah, okay, farewell. Sure.
Done.
So can I look through these containers safely, or am I gonna get in deep shit? Quick saving. Nothing there.
Forced it.
Oh. Clipped copper piece. This copper piece has been clipped. Most of the copper has been shaved off. No doubt to still keep the appearance it is a coin, and allowing the clipper to use the shaved copper to make another coin. It is worthless. Oh, counterfeiting. Whoops, gave it to the wrong person. ID it with a spell. Special minor copper blessing. +1 to luck, temporary. Okay. Although many hive dwellers practice this method of making money, when the Fated faction practices it, they do so with a frightening sense of purpose, creating charms that reflect their own miserly natures. In order to create these charms, the Fated faction seek out failed business owners. And what the fuck? Okay. And other individuals who once possessed great wealth, then had a reversal of fortune and were left destitute. These individuals are then given enchanted carving blades and asked to clip a copper for the Fated in a tedious day-long ritual, which infuses the copper coin with the last traces of their former luck. The ritual and the nature of the individual clipping the copper allows a minor enchantment to seep into the coin and affect the fortune of whoever uses it. When the clipped copper charm is flipped into the air, it will spill into a rain of copper pieces and bestow some luck upon the user. So it will give you money?
Done.
Okay, did Alec also buy our junk items? I think... No. Who would buy the gold rings and stuff? Was it Anjay? No. What the fuck?
All right.
Okay, well, let's get out of here. Can exit from up this way. Maybe I have to take it all the way back to the pawn shop.
Done.
Okay. Now let's go to the pawn shop first and foremost. Right. Hello? Alright, yep. Let's talk about trades. We'll sell these. And do you have anything good worth selling? No. Now that we have fast travel, I should really think about where I should put a bunch of my shit. Right? Where should it be?
All right.
I don't know. Where's like a cool home away from home? Maybe we'll find one here. Let's see, on the world map. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, let's head over here. Well, let's go southward toward the wrecked house. This is what we're looking for. Nothing in there. This wrecked building looks a little out of place here. And this is probably where Morte is. Oh. This unusual window allows some light to filter into the room. It casts strange colored shadows across the walls and floor. Whatever purpose these barrels once served, they are now just flotsam strewn about the room, around the room. This appears to be a ladder constructed from the bones of many creatures. Oh, we heard about that. Is it a ladder? Okay, yeah, I can parse that now. First I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Oh. Hey, we saw a bunch of skulls on a shelf in the opening, didn't we? Turning to look at the camera. Shelf of skulls. Thank the powers you're here. Oh wait, this is actually Morte. Thank the powers you're here, Chief. Get me out of here. What are you doing up there? Why? What are you doing up there? Those were-rat vermin nicked me and brought me here. Come on, boss. We gotta get out of here. This place is bad news. Why don't you just float down? I don't know. You look cozy up there with all the other skulls. Why don't you just float down? I can't. I've tried. Come on, get me down before... Uh-oh. It's Lothar, no! A flash of light and smoke blinds you for a moment, and a withered old man stands before you.
Have we visitors, Skull?
Ah, no. Morte whispers furiously to you. Do not offend this blood boss. He'll deadbook you faster than you can spit. The old man ignores Morte.
Greetings, traveler. Who might you be to enter Lothar's humble salon without invitation?
You've kidnapped my friend. Give him back now. My pardon, sir, but you seem to have something that belongs to me.
Ah, yes. What might that be?
My friend Morte wound up on your shelf. The skull that belongs to me is on that shelf. My friend Morte wound up on your shelf.
You want the chattering skull with half the grace and manners of any ordinary creature? Give me a greater skull in return if you wish it back, Lothar replies. I need not to bargain for something that is already mine.
He was never yours, or anyone's to begin with. Maybe he was, though. Well, he's mine. Where can I find a greater skull?
Move aside the divan in the center of the room and pass through the portal on the eastern wall in the chambers below to the catacombs. The portal will remain active for your return. In the catacombs, many skulls. One of great value lies within the interred crypts of the Dustmen, beyond the drowned nations. Bring that skull to me, as my were-rat minions have failed to do, and I'll see to it that your friend is returned to you. Perhaps I shall even answer some questions for you.
Okay. Drowned nations. I've been to the tomb you speak of. It's empty. What assurance do I have that you will keep your word? Very well, I shall return and you will give me Morte. Farewell. I've been to that tomb. It's empty.
Updated my journal.
Wow, 30k XP.
What is the meaning of this? The tomb was so well trapped, so well defended from scrying magics, that it was a challenge even for me. There must be some explanation for this, and
he draws out his words angrily and slowly.
You will provide it to me. Go through the portal in the chambers below and seek the answer.
I have no answer. How could I know? I believe it was a trap to discourage the grave robbers who prey on such crypts. It was my own tomb. It was my tomb, I think.
Your tomb? Your tomb?
He eyes you carefully.
We shall investigate this more carefully. Fetch me another skull, then, as you seem attached to yours, and we shall see what answers I can provide. Our agreement shall be as before. Do not try to deceive me with just any bone, either. I'm something of a connoisseur. Return when you have something of value to me.
Very well, farewell.
Journal.
Well, I just so happen to have a bunch of weird fucking skulls. Would a were-rat skull suffice? Yeah, it didn't even occur to me that... Yeah. But what luck. We got very lucky with that. But these maybe are not the correct skulls. Fighting skills improve. 1 characteristic point, 10 HP, 1 from con. Alright, what do we want now? 1 point in int or 1 point in wisdom? We'll do int. Okay, accept. Then level you up. And you've got 20 points for opening doors. 20 thief skill points gained. 3 HP and 2 from con. Okay. Can I give you a were-rat skull? Oh, Swago. Oh, yeah.
Have returned, I see. And do you have a skull for me?
I have the skull of a Swago, the were-rat dustman missionary. Ah. I didn't think that would... Okay, yeah. 15,000 XP. Lothar takes a head of Swago from you and examines it carefully, checking the teeth.
A dustman missionary and spy, eh? This'll be satisfactory.
His fingers twist through an arcane gesture.
Your friend will be waiting for you above ground, where you came in. Have your answers from me?
I have many questions.
Keep it quick, scarred one. I cannot tarry all day.
Why am I immortal? Why have I lost my memory? I wish to avail myself of your healing prowess. Forget it, farewell. Why am I immortal?
Updated my journal.
Your mortality, your soul, if you will, that which allows you to live and die, is gone from you. It was stripped from you by magical means, by the night hag Revel Puzzlewell. Your mortality is the key to your existence. When you find it, you'll find your answers.
Huh. I have to find my mortality? Tell me about this Revel.
Revel Puzzlewell is an enigma, even among the night hags. Some would call her balmy. Others say she plays a deeper game than any can see through. She is evil through and through, making the fiends you'll see in the area seem positively divine when compared to her. She is out of the reach of men now, thank the powers, for she was mazed by the Lady of Pain.
I'm gonna have to get mazed within her maze. Mazed? How do I find her?
Mazes are like pocket dimensions, small places between places. To reach one, you need to find a portal and a key. I do not know where the door or the key are. Perhaps you should seek some of your old acquaintances. You have certainly left a trail of them behind. They will find you, no doubt. Pray they mean you well. Perhaps you should visit the Civic Fest Hall. They may have answers there.
What did Revel do?
Updated my journal.
She was a maker of toys and puzzles, a solver of problems that didn't need solving. She decided that Sigil, the cage, was the largest puzzle box of all, and set herself to undo it, to let in the armies of fiends at her disposal, no doubt, to upset the balance of the city and turn the entire burg into a charnel house. Pray, to any power you hold dear, with thanks she did not succeed.
I will find her then, and force her to return my mortality. Farewell.
In knowing the teachings of
No, I want more
Xanthia,
questions.
I have become stronger.
You again? What do you want from old Lothar now? I've given you your skull, friend, and your answers. I warn you, I haven't all day to attend to you.
His gaze falls on you with the force of a sledgehammer. I would like some more questions answered.
Well, keep it quick, scarred one. I cannot tarry all day.
Why have I lost my memory?
It is a side effect of losing your mortality.
I've lost my mortality? What do you mean? Okay. Who? Okay, let's see. Looping back for questions, more questions answered. I wish to avail myself of your healing prowess? Like a vendor lord. I see. You buy anything? You sell a bunch of healing stuff. Oh, and healing scrolls. Okay. Sure. I just wanted to talk to you some more. He stares at you coolly, makes a small motion, and you find yourself gone. Wait a minute.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
Oh, okay. Hello, Morte. Welcome back to the party.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
What do you know about the Night Hag Ravel? Or Ravel? I thought there would be more exposition about our little reunion here. What do you know about the... Yeah, like, why did he take Morte? Just because he's a skull even though he's a talking one? What do you know about the Night Hag Ravel? Or Ravel? Well, she's a Night Hag. And she was definitely barmy enough to make you immortal. Of all people. I mean, she could have chosen me. Mort rolls his eyes. Still, anyone addled enough to lock blades with the Lady of Pain isn't someone we really want to find. I see, I had some other questions. Can you tell me a little about Sigil? Okay. Same.
I hear your words.
Let's get everybody leveled. Save throws improved, spell memorization abilities improved, 2 HP, 1 from con. Let's tend to the mage spell book here. Should I do Hold Undead or maybe the Axe of Torment? Yeah, let's do the Axe of Torment. When in Torment. Okay.
What's up?
And Mort, you leveled up a bit too? Save throws improved, fighting skills improved, 10 HP, 2 HP from con. Okay, good. Alright, well, that worked out pretty well. I thought that would be a lot more difficult and involved, but I guess because I've decided to explore that tomb already, we got what we wanted. Right? Easy enough. Okay, well, I suppose when next we return, I don't know if we can look through this building anymore, because he, like, whooshed us out of there. Can I go back in and look around the, like, skulls and all that? If not, we've got other places around here. But, hey, we're back up to 4 party members again. We need to get 2. Right, I'm pretty sure we know who number 5 is gonna be. Alright, until next time, please take care of each other.